guys, this is Ron with Houston Professional Photography. We got in another piece of gear today, which is the Zune H6. This is a much sought after field recorder. We ordered it a few months ago, actually a month and a half ago from B&H, and we're very happy to receive it today. So I'm going to go and do a quick unboxing and then show you guys a few ways we would actually use a device like this in studio as well as out in the field. Alright guys, the first thing that we find in our box, let's take a look. I waited for you guys to do this unboxing. So let's see what we have. First thing you find in the box is the carrying case, along with the documentation that comes with the device. And other than a little bit of packaging material, there's really nothing else left in the box. Now this comes with Cubase Lite. I guess it's a newer version of it, 6. I don't know how many versions there are. I use Logic, or in a push I'll use GarageBand. It just depends on what I'm working on at the particular time. So, that's not something that I would use, but, for someone starting out, it probably would be an excellent software package to have installed in your system. So starting out, I want to say this is a pretty nice case for the fact that it comes free with the device. I had the Zune H4n, and it came with a little basic plastic case. I wasn't really a big fan of it, but at the same time it did offer some protection, so I can't dismiss it totally. It's better to have protection than not to have it. Okay, so here's what we have in the case. First thing I notice is your windscreen. Has Zoom imprinted on both sides. Very spongy. Should work in some situations. I'm not really a big fan of these windscreens that come with the devices. Your dead cat will give you a much better result, especially out in the field. So that may be something that you may want to look to upgrade in the future. Standard USB cable. It comes with a micro SD card. Now these are supposedly able to support up to 128 gigs of storage, so that's outstanding if you're an indie filmmaker or you're a news gathering, you work for a news company and you're going to be out in the field for long periods of time. That's tremendous that you'd be able to store that much information on one card. Now with that said, I don't really recommend using a card of that capacity, because if something happens to that card, then basically you've lost all your data. So I prefer using smaller cards, probably something no larger than a 32 gig or something like that. That way at least I have backup. Something goes wrong, I have a second side to whatever it is that I'm trying to work on. It came with 4 batteries. Now this is the side microphone. Feels very nice in the hands. The grill feels really nice. Now you got to remember, this is not a high-end $2,000 microphone or something like that. But when we get to the testing phase, we'll know for sure. But from what I can tell, the knobs feel very smooth, very fluid. If you can see that movement, the buttons that attach and detach move very smoothly, so I don't see a problem with those. Now this microphone here is the one that most of us will actually use, and that's going to be our microphones that we actually use to capture interviews or concerts or music or whatever the case it may be, whatever you're recording at the time, because that's going to give you your 90-degree and your 120-degree patterns, pickup patterns, for recording your audio. So I think this is going to be more practical, I think, than this will be, but there's going to always be some applications. Now that this thing is out and it's new, we're going to see tons of people producing videos showing how they utilize this in their daily workflow, and I'm really excited about that. All right, down to the main event. I must say, it feels rubbery, but not cheap. The dials, again, the same, very smooth. Your pads snap right into place. I like that. The buttons remind me of a video game. You know, here on the side you have your port for your SD card, your volume rocker, and your hold button, as well as your power button to turn it on, as well as your microphone, your headphone monitoring. And you have your two TRS as well as XLRs on one side. You have the exact same thing on the opposite side for two more XLRs, TRS. You have USB here, this is your menu button, as well as your jog wheel. So other than that, it's very, very similar in comparison to the Zune H4n. Now, one of the things that I had a problem with the original Zune was, you know, this little door and a number of other parts of this device were very, very flimsy. I mean, when I first got the H4n and I put it together and I put batteries in it, the little tab that's inside popped right off. I mean, I hadn't even had it less than an hour, you know. So anyway, let's get one of the mics on here. Locks in really nice, doesn't feel loose or flimsy. Feels comfortable in the hand. You know, I could see using this maybe in the field if necessary, or maybe something like a little pistol grip, you know, just to have a little bit better control of it if it's not mounted on a device or a rig, you know. So next what I'm going to do is show you how I would mount this on a camera kind of in a run and gun situation versus also putting it on a complete rig. What we have here is the D800 mounted with a 24 to 70 millimeter lens, carry speed viewfinder here on the rear, and this small device, you can find these on eBay, I'll put a link to it, or on Amazon, you know, for, I don't know, $20. And what this basically does is allows you to attach other devices to your hot shoe. So you could just screw this in here. Actually, first thing you want to do is attach the device. So mount that really quick. And pop that into your hot shoe. I have it backwards. And even though I got it on backwards here, you can just rotate it around. You can see what I'm referring to here. This will just lock it in place, keep it from spinning. It's pretty stable. And that would be basically a quick run and gun type of setup as to how you could use this recorder connected to your camera. Now you can also connect directly into your cameras via an accessory wire, which allows you to receive the audio signal from the device straight into the camera so that it is bypassing its own microphones and recording a second track of the same audio onto the camera's memory. So that's very, very useful. Hopefully that'll work out for a lot of you guys. That's one way we would use it. There we go, guys. This is one of our shoulder rigs, and basically how we would mount this would be very, very similar, except for the fact that you would have some type of arm off to the side just to get it, you know, out of the way of the camera, so you don't want to have it just mounted above the camera. You could then slide this right into place, lock it down, and there you have it. Hopefully this quick unboxing and short demo will be very helpful to you as far as helping you to identify how you could use a device like this. And for only $399, again, we got this from B&H. We pre-ordered this about a month and a half ago. It arrived today. So I haven't had a chance to really use it. You know, again, it was a quick unboxing. But as we go forward with this device and start to use it, I will, most likely capture a little bit of footage, throw it up on YouTube, Vimeo, or wherever else I may post, and hopefully, this information will help you guys make a decision as to what will be best for you, using a device like this out in the field. Now, if you already have a Zune H2N, I can't necessarily say that it is worth the upgrade, because again, I haven't used it yet. One of their biggest marketing points is that it has a very, very low noise floor and the preamps have been improved upon. But as we know, just like with iPhones or anything else, that's a bunch of marketing hype. We only will see the true results when we get to work with these things out in the field. So as I shoot with it, as I use it, I'll be more than happy to share my experiences with you guys. Maybe later tonight, I get back home and I pull out my bass guitar, I'll plug it in and see what it sounds like, using an instrument straight into one of the ports and just see what it sounds like. And I'll post some of those sample files. Well, again, guys, this is Rome with Houston Professional Photography, and I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Again, don't forget to comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.